Welcome to Basseterre, St. Kitts and Nevis. Hey everyone, I'm Patrick from Oakland Travel, and we are on board the train that is doing the scenic route around the island. It is one of the many excursions available from the Harmony of the Seas, which at the time of this recording was docked over in the cruise terminal. So when we were looking at this cruise, a few months before and trying to decide on short excursions, and we got to St. Kitts and Nevis, and this looked like a pretty good option. It looked like something that was very interesting, very unusual. Anytime we get a chance to do a short excursion that is like water-based with a small boat that does some sort of a tour or something like this on a train or just any sort of unusual mode of transportation, I always immediately sort of gravitate to those because they're kind of unusual. And of course, in this case, it's a train. And it's not only just a train, but it's a two-story, double-decker, open-air, kind of train. We've got navigator, in terms of our conductor up there. They're serving adult beverages. As we saw in the previous vlog episode, we had some masquerade, the masquerade dance troupe that came on board the train and entertained us. And so what you see right here in the video at this point is we're just about to actually get off the train, and I believe that little group there on the buses on the right is another group of passengers that are, I guess, maybe they're on a different short excursion. I'm not really sure who they are. We got off, they got on. We got back in our bus and it took us, back over to the cruise terminal. And so between the bus coming over to where the train started, the train tour around the island, and then the bus that takes us from right here back to the cruise terminal, we got a good chance to see St. Kitts. If I remember correctly, Nevis is kind of like a separate little island that's part of the same country, so I don't think we actually got over to the island of Nevis, but we definitely saw St. Kitts and Basseterre. And first time there, the Oasis class ships in the past, when we'd been on them, had never gone to St. Kitts and Nevis. So this was our first chance to visit the island. And so here you see us on the bus heading back over to the cruise terminal. And with some of these short excursions, bus rides are inevitable because they just have no other way to sort of get you from the cruise terminal to wherever it is you're going to go. And so it's just kind of one of those things that you have to know that it's going to be part of the deal. And this one is a nice air-conditioned bus. It was a little short on space, at least for me, because my knees were right up against the back of the seat in front. But it was very, very comfortable. We had a great time on the excursion. Here we are back in the cruise terminal. And one thing to note here about Basseterre, the cruise terminal, you'll see a little group of people standing over there. There are certain locals that will show up with monkeys on their, kind of to show off to the tourists. And you got to be very, very careful because they will just put that monkey on your shoulder and then take a picture of you with the monkey on your shoulder and then start hassling you for money to pay for the picture that you didn't even ask for. So this happened a couple of times in the vicinity of where we were when we were here in the cruise terminal. I've seen other people talking about it online, social media and so forth. So if you're going to go to one of these destinations like this, one of these cruise terminals in a foreign Caribbean country, and you see somebody walking around with parrots or monkeys or anything like that, be very careful. Don't get too close unless you want a picture. So you see right here, and then all of a sudden they're like taking your picture and hassling you for money and so on and so on. So just something to be on the lookout for if you happen to go to one of these cruise terminals.